On Tuesday, Kenyan voters go to the polls to choose a successor to President Uhuru Kenyatta. The latest opinion poll indicates former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is leading by 6 percentage points over Deputy President William Ruto. The two men are the leading candidates. On the scene in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, is Africa 54 managing editor Vincent Makori. Hello, Vincent. Election day is just 6 days away on Tuesday, August 9th. Tell us more about what's coming up and what is the mood like? What are people talking about?
Well, there is excitement, Linord, here in Nairobi. And as I stand here, it's kind of starting to rain. Perhaps that's a good sign, as they say here. Well, generally, people are excited in this countdown as the campaigns actually heat up and officially are supposed to end on Saturday. The talk of town has been more about the polls that you just referenced to, whereby those who are supporters of William Ruto are saying perhaps there's some kind of suspicion about the numbers because they don't trust the polling companies. But at the same time, those who are supporters of Raila Odinga are excited somewhat cautiously because of the numbers they're seeing that their candidate is leading. But at the same time, people are very, very careful about those numbers because they know there's so many undecided voters, and therefore there's a likelihood that in the very last few days, people could switch sides and tilt the scales whichever way you may think of. I mean, the other thing, again, that has been a top of town today is the alert that was issued by the U.S. Embassy regarding the lakeside city of Kisumu. They cautioned Americans against being there or going there around this time of the election, and many people are questioning why Kisumu. Some were kind of disturbed. I thought it is ill-advised, but the embassy clarified that today and said it's a normal alert that they issue many times during election time. Other than that, actually, the country is calm. People are engaging in normal conversations and looking forward to what's going to happen, and at the same time hoping that it will be all peaceful up to the end.
So, Vincent, what is the sentiment in terms of people's confidence in this process this time around? There have been violence in the past with Kenyan's election. Are there concerns?
Oh, yes. I mean, people still have questions about the Electoral Commission, the electoral body, because the history of that electoral body has been really kind of tattered because every election has left a sour taste in people's mouths. And even today, they are looking cautiously to see, with all the assurances that the Electoral Commission has given, whether this election will be conducted in a fashion that at the end of the day will be considered free, fair, and credible. So there's confidence to some degree, but, if history is to go by, the electoral body is yet to conduct an election where people will feel so comfortable and confident that everything happened as it was supposed to happen. So it's all a question of what will be the situation on Wednesday after the election takes place. That's when we will know for sure whether people will give it a passing grade or once again they'll go back and to times past where they will cast doubt on the final results of this election.
So what are the main takeaways that people share with you in terms of the outgoing government and the administration? What do you say? What do people tell you in terms of what they're looking forward to?
Well, first is a mixed bag of things from looking at the current administration. Some see development, especially on the infrastructure side for the last several years. But some also are looking at how people have suffered economically. The economy hasn't done well. Most people are really hurting. There's a high level of joblessness, and they're looking for a president who will help create job opportunities, especially for the young people, but also alleviate people from their state of poverty and at the same time assure people of their safety in this country. So there's a lot to look forward to.
Thank you so much, Vincent Makori. We have to leave it there. Thank you so much. Africa 54 managing editor Vincent Makori reporting from Nairobi, Kenya.